We're joined here by Timbers head coach Phil Neville. We'll go straight into questions. Who wants to start us off?
Velda and Carbajo, the deals are over the line. Just how are you feeling after seeing them in the first couple training sessions with the team?
Excited, good to go. They're fit, they're hungry, they've got experience, they've got quality, they've got personality. Everything that we scouted. I think I said 2 or 3 weeks ago that the ownership and Ned have got the full backing to back us right to the very hilt. And I think what you've seen this week is two really good quality players coming into the building. And I'd say that we're not finished there yet. I think we're in a position where we feel with the players that we've had so far this season, they've been absolutely incredible. We're in a position to go for it. I think we're in a really strong position in terms of our mentality, of our confidence, and the quality that we've got in this football club. And we're going to go for it. And that's both on and off the field. And I think if you're a Portland Timbers supporter, I think these are going to be really exciting times. And, you know, you can never say in football that you're going to have success. But what I would say about the foundations that have been built over the last couple of seasons, and more importantly, the investment and the backing that I've got as a manager. As a manager, I sit here today and say that this club's going to have success. And you can never guarantee that. But what does success look like? It means that we're going to have an exciting group of players on that field that are going to play a certain style of football in a certain way. Hopefully that brings us success. That's my job. And I can't thank people above me for the confidence and the backing that they've given me so far. And it's my job now to deliver. And I'm confident that we've got a set of players that can go out there in the right structure to be successful.
With 2 new DP signings, Evander coming back, Kevin Kelsey playing his former team, does Saturday against Cincinnati feel like more than just a regular season game to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a playoff feel to it. I really do. I think I thought that when we went to LAFC. I think there'll be no different when we go to San Diego, or San Diego come to us, Seattle, Vancouver, Houston. These are going to be playoff games. And I think what I've learned about my team in the last 6 to 7 months is that the biggest games, I think turn them on the most. They've turned up in every single big game so far this season. I think it's what motivates them, it's what challenges them, it's what gets them out of bed. And I think what I would say about Saturday's game is that we're playing against, I feel, the best coach in the MLS over the last 2 or 3 seasons. Someone that I admire. Why? Because I don't think there's any with Pat Noonan. I think what you see is what you get, and I think that's what you see from his team. And they're a team that consistently play well, both at home and away, and they're a really good organisation. And I think that's why Saturday's game is going to be a really fantastic game for all supporters. And what we need on Saturday more than anything, we need every Timbers Army supporter to turn up with their best voice. We need to have 12 people out on that field on Saturday, and the biggest one will be in the stadium, because we need to make it intimidating.
Phil, it's one thing for ownership to say they're going to spend money and say they're going to do something at the deadline, and it's a whole nother thing for them to execute.
Yeah.
I know you're not technically new here, but this was a big moment early in your career here with the Timbers, and I'm wondering what did their action reinforce to you and your kind of belief in this organization?
Well, I'd say, and I'm going to go back beyond me. I think this ownership I've always backed this organization, both on the male side and the female side. When I was the Lioness manager, the best game of football I used to see every week was watching the Portland Thorns games with my players playing in the Portland Thorns games. You look back at some of the players that have played for the Portland Thorns even. So I don't think there should be any question marks or questions about the investment, supportiveness, the encouragement or whatever to this organisation, because I think they've put the money where their mouth is. And I'd say that yes, the MLS is going in a direction where teams are spending vast amounts of money, but the ownership that I'm working for are doing the same. And I'd say from the very first moment I got in here and I met Merritt and I met Ned at a golf club somewhere in Portland, they said, we're going to back you to the hilt. And they've done that and sometimes the support is far more important than the investment. I felt before we've invested in these players, I felt the support of this organisation in the way that we are producing our old players. We're producing young players. We're turning young players into multi-million-dollar players at this football club. You look that with the sale of Santi Moreno, a young boy that's come into this organisation that now has been sold. Evander is another example of someone that came in at a level, has now left to an even greater level, I think. And that is testament to the work that's been done with every single staff member in this building as well. We are improving players every single day to become better at their jobs. And I think if you was a young player in world football now, particularly in this part of the world, I think this is the club that you should be looking to join, because this club gives young players opportunities. And I think what I want to see from this young team over the next 3 to 4 months, I want to see them release all fear and insecurities and just go for it. Because that's the backing that we've got from people up above. They want to see exciting football, and they're going to back us to the hill to get that. And I think what you've seen over the last 2 weeks, and what you'll see in the next 3 or 4 days, you'll see an organisation that is really, really in a good place.
Phil, good morning. Congrats on the new lads.
On the new
lads, fellas, guys.
guys, yeah.
Sorry.
They said new contract then. I thought, oh wow, thank you.
With the support from the higher ups, the management and everything, is there an extra pressure to actually perform this season and go farther and beyond than previous seasons?
No, not really. The pressure at this football club is to succeed from day one. I always go back to the game against San Jose last year when we were 2-0 down at half time, and I realised there and then that you have to be successful at this football club. And my first day at this job, I realised that this set of supporters, this organisation, is an organisation that's used to winning. So I think, what have we done? We've given ourselves a really good chance, a really good opportunity. We've put ourselves in a really good place to go and get success. Now we've got to go and deliver it on the field, and that's the exciting bit for me. Is that the excitement is we've got a set of supporters that are dying for success, dying for an MLS Cup final, dying for a playoff game, and we want to deliver that for them this year, and that's why we're so excited.
Hey, Phil.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Nice.
Busy.
Bit cooler today.
You know,
My air conditioning broke at home, so the last 2 days have been not been nice.
The weather changed.
Yeah.
Rain tomorrow. With all the changes, I kind of want to talk about how your messaging is going in the locker room. Santi's gone. We have 2 new DPs, but we've also seen guys that have gotten a chance to really show off.
Yeah.
Without those spots being filled. We talked about Lassiter last time we chatted. So what is your message to the guys that are going out there improving themselves with new DPs coming in, and that balance?
Well, those guys will play. You know, I think it's what I said to Felipe and to Christopher is that when we've now got incredible competition. You think about that left hand side now with Lassiter, with Elmir Fernandez, with Anthony. With Christopher coming in, there's real competition for places. Lassiter's put himself in a really good position for purely on performance, and performance will keep you in the team. And I'd say that, you know, somebody said to me this morning, we've got a hard job picking the starting 11. Well, let me tell you, we've got a hard job picking the 20-man roster, because there's going to be 3 or 4 players not even in the roster. So what I would say is the training performances, the training levels has just shot through the roof, and it's competition for places now. And you know, I think in football, if you like competition, you're going to thrive. If you don't, you're going to get walked all over. And what we've seen this week, we've seen that jostling for positions in a race. And the next couple of weeks, when the new guys can come in, it's going to be really difficult to pick a starting 11. But I hope that the intensity levels means that you go out there and you've got to earn your place every single day with behaviour, with your discipline, with your concentration, and more importantly, with your performance levels. And there's no excuse now. With 8 games to go, and there's no excuse. There's no, oh, we're going to rest people. There's going to be no rest. We've got 1 game a week, apart from 1 week, I think. We've got 3 games. No rest, no recovery. It's just every game's a cup final.
Coach, I think you touched on this last training, but can you describe just how Velda impacts winning and his characteristics that make him a DP?
Yeah, I think there's 2 different types of people that we go through on the recruitment. The ones where you have conversations. You have conversations with some people, some players, necessarily the younger players, where you spend a lot of time explaining their role, their responsibilities, the club. And when you speak to certain players, they end up interviewing you. And Velda is definitely one of those, and Felipe as well, where you set out maybe 45 minutes, and after 2 or 3 minutes, they're happy, or you're happy with what they're doing. And Felipe was one of those conversations where you go on with a list of questions, and they actually end up asking you the questions. That tells you about their personality. We need personality in our team now. We've got a group of players that have been amazing, but you know that they've struggled at times with certain games when teams have dropped off us or we've been a goal down. That we now need men in the team, players that can grab a game by the scruff of the neck and win it on their own. And I'd say that Christopher Velde is one of those types of players that I think when he walks out at Providence Park on Saturday with a full house, I think he'll think it's his stage, and that's what we're looking for.
What's it been like watching Evander's success this season, and how do you stop him?
I think he's in the Eastern Conference, so it doesn't affect us. I think if it would have been in the Western Conference, I think it would have been pretty painful. But in any relationship, there's a separation. It happens. It has to happen more nowadays than ever. We wished him all the best. We thought the world of him here. The relationship came to an end for both parties. We wished him all the best at Cincinnati. Cincinnati got a really, really good player. Coming back on Saturday, I don't want Portland Timbers fans to clap him. I don't want him to cheer him. Maybe at the end of the game, but not at the start of the game. I want my players to not show him much respect. We've got to treat him the same way as we do Hani Mukhtar, Carlos Gil, Dennis Boanga. He's a DP player, and he's a major, major threat for them. You look at the goals he scored and the assists that he has. He's a high-level DP player in this league. So as a manager, you don't lose that touch. You don't lose that connection with players that you've coached or have left an organization. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago, is that the Lionesses I'm still in touch with now, because you have a bond with these players that you've played a small part on their journey. And Evander's someone that we played a small part on his journey, a big part on his journey in terms of his growth in the MLS. But Saturday, he is the enemy. He's someone that we've got to mark closely and make sure that he doesn't have an effect on the game.